recommendation in order to provide the safe place of work, safe plant and equipment, safe substances. Now tell me, responsibility of employers is understood or not? Let me add one. Is responsibility understood? Reply in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Now let's come back to this worker responsibility and rights. So worker responsibility we have understood. Now let's come to know about the rights. See, rights of the workers. Okay. So what is the rights? And what is the responsibility? There is a difference between the responsibility, workers' responsibility and workers' right. Right is something that must be given to the workers. That is the right, They have a right onto the certain thing, So workers have the right to get information, health and safety related information. Worker has the right to get training, health and safety training. Worker has the right to leave. Okay, you see, the worker has a right to have consultation. Now, when you say a consultation, what do you understand by the consultation? And information. So you see, what is the difference between the information? The information is a one-way communication system or method, you can say. Where the people only dictate by informing them, such as informing the rules, do's and don'ts, right? These are some kind of information. So management will pass a rules and then everyone has to follow that rule, isn't it? It is a one-way communication. So they may issue a written information and they will put it on safety notice board. Now everyone should be following that rule. Right? So information is actually not a good way of communication system. The best way for the communication is called consultation. So what is the consultation? Try to understand. So consultation, you can say consultation is a two-way communication system, or you can say method where the two parties are sharing their opinion on subject and then finally coming to a common or agreed solution. You see, consultation is a two-way communication system or method where the two parties, such as top management, like managers and the workers, like top management and the workers, both will be sharing their opinion onto some common subject, whatever the matter they are discussing, So both parties will get an opportunity to share their opinion. Based on that opinion, they will come to a final decision, solution. Okay, no? So worker will be also having a right to give some kind of opinion. Worker will get also opportunities to put his views, into the consultation method, isn't it? But if you see, when there is a information, in the information is only one-way communication system, meaning the top management will issue any rules or do's and don'ts or code of conduct, and they have to follow that, isn't it? So both is important, but there is some advantage of information, means some disadvantage of information, and there is some advantage of a consultation. So consultation is the best way for communication. Okay, no, for communication. Now, effective communication. When you are saying effective communication, so consultation is the best way to make an effective communication, so that you can come to a authentic or agreed solution. Okay. So information is also a right of the workers. Workers must get some health and safety related information. Training they must get, that is the right, and they must get a consultation, means they have a right to participate with the work with the top management. If there is some kind of a meeting, monthly committee meeting, or any kind of a special meeting, or when the top management they are setting some objective and target, or making some procedure or system, they're trying to do some changes, so workers should be participated, because worker has a right to consult, worker has a right to get consulted in all the matters related to their health and safety. Okay, now workers have right to leave the workplace in case of any danger to their life and health. So workers also has a right to leave the workplace. Okay, leave the workplace. So if the worker is working in a plant and he is working somewhere, and suddenly something gets released, like toxic gas or something, so he must really, he has a right to leave the site without, hesitating that whether I have to report it to the manager or supervisor. First he has to leave the workplace, immediately, because that situation may put his life into the danger, or his health will be in danger, immediate health effect. Maybe he will get paralyzed, or he may get some kind of cancer or something, or even if he may die, some explosion or fire may cause him some injuries, may die, may severe injury, or may some ill health. So worker also has a right to leave the workplace without informing to anyone. This is if there is an immediate danger to his life and health. Okay. So this is also a right. So the worker has a right to get health and safety related information by the employer. Workers has a right to get training, health and safety related training. Worker has a right to get consultation, meaning workers can participate into the health and safety related matters. And workers has a right to leave the workplace, means the factory, the plant, or the construction site, whatever, or the office building, if they think that the situation is going to take his life, or severely injured, or illness will be there. Now, right of the worker, have you understood? Tell me. Rights of the worker. Okay. Now, let's come back to the PPT. Okay. So, what is the benchmarking? Actually, let's see this one first. Okay. So, benchmarking is what? So, benchmarking, it is a process of comparing health and safety performance with other organizations to learn how to improve health and safety performance. Like suppose, what is a benchmark? Benchmarking is nothing but a process for comparing the performance of health and safety management system. Performance of health and safety management system. with the other organization, so that you can learn how to improve the health and safety performance of your organization. Like suppose there is a, okay, if there is a Dengil and there is a Hazel, okay, there is a Denzil and then there is a Hazel, okay. Now Denzil wants to check how am I studying, am I studying in a correct way so that I will pass the NEBOSH. So for that, Denzil may compare his preparedness with the Hazel, so that he can learn what Hazel is doing good. So some good practices he can learn from the Hazel. And Hazel can compare his standard of preparation for the NEBOSH with the Denzil, so that you both can learn from each other. So in the industry also, organization can do the benchmarking. So benchmarking is a one of the process to compare the health and safety performance of your own company with some other company, so that you can learn from each other and then you can improve your health and safety management system. Meaning performance, you can improve your performance. Now benchmarking is nothing but comparing in order to learn. Understood everyone? Understood is benchmarking? Please confirm. Yes, no. Okay, okay. Okay, now let's come to this PPT. Okay. Okay, thank you for confirming. At least you are all not in saying anything to the audio. At least you all can reply me, so that I'll be thinking that people are listening to me, behind the laptop, behind the screen, behind the camera. Okay. So please reply. There is someone to whom I am speaking to. Okay. Okay. So here you see responsibility. Denzel is saying need to take page screenshot. Denzel, don't worry about the page. Today or tomorrow we will finish this this element 1. Then I will share with you all. Don't worry. That entire sheet, I will share with you all. Element 1 I will share with you all. Okay, no, Denzel. All the class discussion notes will be shared to you all. As I will be finishing element 1, element 2, element 3, element 4. All the elements will be given to you all. Don't worry. Okay. So, worker responsibilities and rights we have gone through. Clear, everyone? So the same thing is written here. Okay, now same thing is written here. Worker responsibility. Worker rights, I have told you. The worker has a right to get information. Health and safety related information. Worker has a right to get training, health and safety training. Worker has a right to get consulted. Worker has a right to get to leave the site if he feels it is dangerous to his life and health, so he can leave. So worker has a right. Okay, now. So there's a slight difference between the responsibility and the right. Now sources of information. So there is two types of sources of information. Meaning sources of information of what? Health and safety. What is that? Health and safety. So health and safety sources of national and international, meaning standards, meaning health and safety standards. Right? So each country has a range of information. Different country will have a different health and safety related information or standards relating to their health and safety, right? Now, employers should be well informed of health and safety information. So lots of health and safety informations are there, like health and safety laws are there. Some different companies, they are publishing guidelines, some procedures, some systems. So lots of informations are there. Even you see MSDS is there, material safety data sheets are there. So lots of informations are there. So employer should be always updated with the health and safety information or not. From where they get a health and safety related information. So there is two types of health and safety information, sources of information, that is called internal and external sources of information. Okay. So internal health and safety sources of information and external health and safety related sources of information. So you see that the law within their own country may have changed. So some health and safety related legislation will be one of the source of information, external source of information. Then new substances and technology are continually being produced. So new substances, when you say material, so MSDS or SDS will be giving you the updates about the health and safety related to that particular substance, maybe chemical or biological agents. Then technological advancement, meaning technologies like equipment, machineries and devices. So all the equipment and machinery or tools will be coming with the correct operating manuals. Are there or not? 10% please confirm in the chat box. So if you are purchasing a welding machine, will you get a operating manual or not? If you are purchasing a forklift truck, will you get a operating manual or not? So operating manuals will come along with the equipment and machinery. So that will be also one of the sources of information, because every day there is a new technologies, and also new technologies will be coming along with some new hazards. So those hazard information must be given to the customer by the manufacturer in terms of operating manual. In the operating manual, there will be do's and don'ts, right? Safety and hazards and everything will be mentioned. Any materials are there, any chemicals are manufactured, so those chemicals, hazards, do's and don'ts, process of information will be mentioned into the manufacturer recommendation, meaning MSDS or SDS. It is also called SDS, safety data sheet or material safety data sheet. Whatever you say, both are same. Okay, now. So here only this much of is written, but there is a two types of sources of information related to the health and safety, that is internal sources of information and external sources of information, which we will see in the class discussion notes. Okay. That is also mentioned into the class discussion notes. The sources of information on national and international standards, such as like internal sources of information. The internal sources of information related to the health and safety, you will get it from this internal record. So like accident and incident record of the organization will be one of the source of health and safety information. Now tell me, in the accident investigation report related to the hazard and safety will be mentioned. Tell me, the previous accident or near miss report will give you the idea about the health and safety or not. This is the internal document of the organization, correct? Tell me, one person. Internal source meaning within the organization, the document or the report or the information which is generated within the organization, in the internal department of the organization, such as accident report is the internal source of information. Medical records, like people, how many people they are sick, how many people they have blood pressure or some kind of a musculoskeletal disorder like back pain, how many people have a cancer. So medical records will be also one of the internal source of information related to the health and safety. Then absent record, meaning absenteeism record. So why people are too much absent? Maybe their workplace is not good, workplace environment is very dirty, there's a dust, there's a polluted air, maybe noisy, people are sick, that's why people are doing too much absent. Workplace is risky, that's why people are absent. So it will give you the health and safety related information, absenteeism record. Then there is a risk assessment. Risk assessment is one of the health and safety documents, right? A process for identifying the hazard and the risk, taking a control measures onto that risk. So risk assessment is a health and safety related document. This document is an internal source of information. Then maintenance report. So maintenance report will be giving you the idea how many machines got breakdown or mechanical failure, what is the performance, what are the observations in the maintenance reports. So this is also going to give you the health and safety related information come under the now safety inspection report. So when you are doing the safety inspection, visiting the site, you are looking for hazards. When you are doing the inspection, you are checking the hazards at the workplace. So hazards, checking a hazard is a health and safety related thing. So that's why safety inspection reports of the organization is the internal sources of information, means health and safety information. Health and safety policy of the organization is the internal sources of information. Not only this, but there could be lots of documents related to the health and safety can be considered as a internal sources of information. Okay, now? So overall, you should be having a clear understanding what is internal. Internal meaning the documents or the records which will help the organization or you to identify the hazard. Will help you to get the idea about the hazards and the risk at the workplace or status of the health and safety condition at the workplace. Those information will be called as a internal source of information. Now, some of the sources of information related to the health and safety will be available externally. So the sources of information related to the health and safety which is externally available, such as governmental or organization, meaning governmental organization like enforcement bodies, they will be issuing what? Who will tell you? Governmental organizations such as enforcement body, right? Enforcement agency, they are publishing what? Approved codes of practices, health and safety guidelines, right? Then health and safety means industrial guidelines. Industrial guidelines. So these are actually external sources of information for the organization to get the information related to the health and safety. Correct? Then professional institutions. So some of the institutions are there who are publishing day and night some health and safety related information. Isn't it? Some professional institution, even if you see Green Wall Group, they are publishing some health and safety related information, into their blogs and all. So some professional organization or institution, they are also publishing some helpful information for the organization so that they can adopt, they can implement. So this is also one of the external source of information. Then suppliers and manufacturers. Suppliers and manufacturers. So suppliers or manufacturers will give what? STS, right? FT data sheet and operating manual for the machine. Then health and safety website like Health and Safety UK, Health and Safety Executive. HSE meaning Health and Safety Executive UK. So it has a website. If you will search in the Google Health and Safety UK, so Health and Safety Executive UK, hse.uk. There lots of information related to the health and safety. This is a governmental website, HSE. Government website of UK. Then ILO is also external source of information. So ILO will also give you lots of information about the health and safety. So ILO is the external source of information for the employer or not? Tell me. ILO, HSE, websites, manufacturer or supplier, these are all external source of information for the employer, because employer must take the sources of information so that they can improve their health and safety within the organization. So internally they can get it through this, and externally they can get it through this. So now the same thing I have written into the class discussion notes. Okay, class discussion notes. So you see, sources of information related to the health and safety employer can get internally and externally. So internal source of information meaning the source of information retrieved from within the organization, such as health and safety policy, health and safety training record, accident record, sickness record, risk assessment record, minutes of safety committee meeting, minutes, the discussion minutes, meaning report, inspection record, audit report is an internal document. So internal document will give you internal sources of information related to the health and safety to the organization. Then external source of information like a safety data sheet. Manufacturer will give you, supplier will give you instruction manual, meaning operating manual of the machine or the equipment or vehicle or whatever. Legislation like health and safety law, government health and safety law. Trade association reports. So some industry they have a trade. So that trade association will be also publishing some kind of a health and safety related information for their specific trade onto the internet sites, right? Some private institutions will be publishing some health and safety related information onto the website. So organization means our employer can go through this, and then if they feel that it is a good standard, good practice, they can implement it to the organization. Now, health and safety books and magazines, these are also there. Soft copy on the internet or in the hard copy also available in the shop. They can purchase it and then they can refer it to implement if they think it is good one. So external source information is externally available. MSDS is coming from the supplier, that's why it is external source of information. Instruction manual meaning operating manual or any machine or equipment is given by the manufacturer, So it will be external source of information. Health and safety law is the external source of information, not within the organization. No? Now tell me everyone, in your examination question might come, what are the sources of information, or they may ask you particularly that what are the internal source of information. So you have to give this internal report's name, and then you can elaborate this one, that health and safety policy will help the organization to improve the health and safety standards or the performance within the organization, and it will be an internal source of information. So you have to elaborate this point in a 1 to 2 sentence, paragraph. So these all technical points has to be elaborated. It should not be written just like a policy, training, record. You have to explain. You have to show the understanding of this policy, training, like that. So these are all technical points which I have written. These whole points has to be elaborated when you are writing in your examination. Okay, everyone. Not your information is understood or not. Okay, so we'll go for a tea break after finishing this topic. So 1.3, after tea break we will try to finish. Okay, 1.3. So in the 1.3, who does what in the organization, meaning different people responsibility, means different group of people will have a different responsibility. We will try to understand what is the responsibility of a top management, like a director, CEO, managers, what is their responsibility, and what is the responsibility of a supervisor, what is the responsibility of a what do you call this, safety conscious people, safety professionals. So different people, responsibility we will try to understand into this element 1.3. okay, and how the top management like managers or the project managers or CEO directors can fulfill their commitments towards the workers' health and safety, that will be also discussed into this element 1.3. okay everyone, so let's go for a tea break. After the tea break we will start this 1.3 and then we'll finish the 1.3 today. So element 1 will be finished today. I'll try my best to finish this one so that I can send you the element 1 class discussion notes to you all. Okay everyone? For how long we are going now? Now this is 9:17. So 9:20, 9:40, right? So 9:40 we are all coming back. Okay, let's go for a 9 Indian timing 9:40 p.m. Let's take a sufficient break. We can finish it. No issue with that. So 9:40 we are all coming back. Role of CEO, director, or managers. Okay, now. So what will be the role of top management? This will be the question. Okay, now this will be the. Now you see, no, they are the leaders, isn't it? Top management are the leaders. So leaders definitely will have a major responsibilities or roles in order to run the health and safety management system effectively. So when question comes in your examination that what are the roles of, or you can say what are the roles of top management, top management, when it comes, you can say that the CEO, you can consider CEO, maybe a director, managers, the higher authority, like leaders of the organization. So what are the roles of top management? Or what are the responsibility of a top management? So you see, the role of a top management is to set the effective health and safety policy. Meaning is to prepare the health and safety policy. In the health and safety policy, tomorrow we will study about, we will go through with the, let me show you. With this health and safety management system principle, any management system runs through this principle that is called plan, do, check, act. So in the center there is a leadership, means top management, like a director, CEO, managers, project managers, all. So these people has a 70% of a responsibility to run this health and safety management system according to the principle called plan, do, check, act. This principle, or you can say the Deming way it is called. So this principle is for the continual improvement of the health and safety management system, means continual improvement of the health and safety performance or health and safety management system. So to learn about this, okay, tomorrow we will learn about this plan, do, check, act. That time it will be much clear, what is the role of leadership, what is the role of top management. Tomorrow we will learn this, because this one is covered into the element 2 actually. So we'll come to this one. So the role of top management is to make a policy, health and safety policy. In the policy, top management will show what? Top management will show commitment. Commitment to protect the workers, from getting injuries or illness. Okay, now for the fulfillment of the commitment, the top management will set the health and safety objective and target. Objective and target. Now you see, in the very first paragraph of the health and safety policy of any organization, if you will check, there will be a commitment, commitment paragraph. So the commitment is what? That they are promising themselves that he will protect the workers, he will prevent the accident, he will prevent the illness. So how they can express that they are committed towards the workers' protection? So for that one, the top management will set the objective and target of health and safety. We set the health and safety objective and target. So health and safety objective and target, the main health and safety objective and target would be zero accident and zero ill health. Okay, that is also called aim of health and safety management system, such as you can say will be preventing accident and illness. So objective like measurable, they can set like zero, okay, zero accident and zero illness. Okay, now zero illness. So for the health, the illness is a zero objective, and for the safety, accident is a zero accident. Okay, no? Zero accident. They want zero accident in 1 year. Okay, no? In 1 year. So top management will set the objective and target in order to express his commitment for the protection of the workers getting injuries or illness. They are setting to prevent the injuries and zero illness for the health. Okay, health. Now tell me, this thing is understood or not? One person please write in the chat box. So you are going to record this session. I know this is being recorded already. This session is being recorded already, I think. Let me check. Yeah, this is already being recorded. Okay, this is already being recorded. And as you can see in the participant, there is a recorder, that robot is recording. Okay, robot is recording already this session. You see session recorder, robot. Understood, Amor? So the first point, have you understood? Tell me. Okay, Ashwin. Now, what is the second role of the top management? So the top management sets objective and targets to prevent the accident and illness, right? So that is covered into the health and safety policy. So first they will make a health and safety policy with the commitment, and they will set an objective and target to prevent the accident and illness, such as zero accident, zero ill health. Then after that, they will ensure effective health and safety plan. Now, health and safety plan. So they are workers, for that they are setting an objective and target, zero accident, zero ill health. Now, do you think that just setting the objective and target, zero accident, zero illness, into the health and safety policies, they will be able to achieve? They must be having a plan to achieve the objective and target, isn't it? So health and safety management system sorry, health and safety management system manual has to be made, health and safety plan has to be made. So health and safety plan will be having an objective to achieve the zero accident, zero ill health, meaning to protect the workers getting injuries and illness, isn't it? So the health and safety plan has to be made by who? By the top management. Understood? One person please confirm. Is it understood? First they are making the health and safety policy, then they are setting the objective and target, and then they are making the health and safety plan to achieve the health and safety objective and target. Okay, now? So they have a role to ensure the effective health and safety plan to achieve the objective and target. Then after that, you see, they should provide resources to develop the health and safety management system. Health and safety management system such as like ISO 45001, suppose for example, ISO 45001. So now, do you think that the ISO 45001 health and safety management system can be implemented or adopted without any resource? So it may requires what? Money, right? It will require money to get the certification, this management system. It will require their top management efforts, to continuously, improving and maintaining or implementing or developing. So efforts will be required, their time will be required, and even their engagement. Engagement will be required. So ETC meaning resource. When you say resource, doesn't mean that only the money. No, resource could be money, effort, time, their engagement, force, competent workers to provide to ensure health and safety management system is running, being practiced. So the top management should provide resources to develop, meaning to implement the health and safety management system, such as ISO 45001. Then appoint competent people to develop health and safety management system. Top management will be appointing a competent people like departmental manager, the qualified person who will be monitoring, who will be checking, who will be ensuring that the health and safety management system, all the procedures or the systems are being followed and being monitored and reviewed, updated. So appointing a competent people with the responsibility of a health and safety is also a role of a top management. Okay, now top management. Then the top management should check whether objective and target set in the policy are met or not. So after that, top management will also check, okay, whether the objective and targets are set or not. So how they can check? How they can check whether the objective and targets which they have set into the health and safety policy, right? So objective and target they are setting into the health and safety policy, right? Zero accident, zero ill health. So how they will check? So they will hire an auditor, correct? So they will get it audited. They will get the health and safety management system audited. Top management will get the health and safety management system audited by the auditor, correct? By hiring, you can say by hiring, or they can do by interviewing, or yeah, you can say that will be different thing to discuss, internal audit and external audit. So audited by auditor. Auditor could be internal or external, to check the performance, of health and safety management system. HSMS means health and safety management system is effective or not. Effective or not. Or you can say also that whether objective and target are achieved, achieved or not. Correct? So top management also has a responsibility to get the system audited. Management system. Management system, when you are saying, it could be such as, for example, ISO 45001. ISO 45001 is an occupational health and safety management system. The top management will get the HSMS such as ISO 45001 audited by the auditor to check the performance of health and safety management system is effective or not, or whether the objective and target which they have set are achieved or not. Correct? So this is the role of the top management, meaning top management should check whether the objective and target set in the policy is met, meaning achieved or not. Now once they will get the audit report, okay, what? This auditor will come, auditor will do the audit, right? auditor will do the audit, and the audit report will be given to top management, no? given back to top management, right? So they will hire, or they will get the system audited by the auditor. Auditor will come, he will do the audit, and then audit report will be made by the auditor, and auditor will give the audit report to whom? To the top management. Now the top management will take the action, okay? Because in the audit report there will be some recommendation in the audit report given by the auditor. So those recommendations, those non-conformities or non-compliance, means NCs, onto the NCs, non-conformities or non-conformance, the top management will conduct one meeting. What they will do? Top management will conduct a meeting. That meeting is called the annual health and safety performance review meeting. Correct? Annually it is done. So in this meeting, the top management, okay, in this meeting, the top management will take on to the non-conformities, right? Non-conformities means NC, right? That is called NCs actually. You know, NC. Non-conformities for the continual, you know, for the continual improvement. You know, understood everyone? So here, after getting the audit, you know, after getting the system checked by the auditor, auditor will give the audit report to the top management. Then the top management will conduct a annual management, you know, annual health and safety performance review meeting. And into the review meeting, they will check whether they achieved the objective and target or not, because audit report will be saying whether they achieved the objective and target or not, zero accident, zero ill health or not. Or is there any kind of a gaps? Is there any kind of mistakes? So those mistakes and gaps will be written into the audit report as a NC, non-conformity, non-compliance. And with the audit report, top management will take action. Action meaning they will take some corrective action, preventive action to improve the performance of health and safety management system continuously, meaning continual improvement. Continually it will be improving. Tomorrow when we will be seeing this one, no, the continual improvement, will be having a better understanding of that. Okay, no? So the entire health and safety management system, such as the ISO 45001, is driven by the center, you know, person, that is the leadership. So top responsibility to make a health and safety management system plan. There will be a policy making, objective and target setting. Then to achieve the objective and target, planning will be made. Then this planning in the do stage will be implemented, and then risk assessment will be carried out. Legal requirement, legal register will be made. Then in the check stage, top management will hire the auditor. Auditor will come, he will collect the reports, collect the data. Based on that data, auditor will be measuring the performance of health and safety management system. And based on that, audit report will be made. Then the audit report will be given back to the top management. Then the top management will take action into the act stage by taking an annual health and safety performance review meeting. In the performance review meeting, top management will be taking action. If the objective and target is achieved according to the audit report, they will go for the higher objective and target, means higher standard. for the continual improvement. If the audit report is negative, audit report is saying no, you did not achieve the objective and target, then what are the faults, what are the recommendations, means mistakes? So the lesson will be learned to take action for the continual improvement. So maybe some mistakes are there into the policy, some planning or do stage. So they will take action into the plan and do, and then they will go for the next year for the continual improvement. That's why this PDCA cycle is called continual improvement cycle. Continually your health and safety management system will be improving. Whether you achieve your objective and target or not, it will be improving. If you achieve your objective and target, you can go for the higher standard, international standard. If you did not achieve, you will rectify, and then again you will review, again you will improve for the next financial year. So like that. So you will see the entire health and safety management system, and the entire principle is ensured by the top management. So that's why top management comes in the center of the Plan Do Check Act. Top management, like a director, CEO, managers, they are the top management. They have the resource to implement the health and safety management system, or develop the health and safety management system, maintain the health and safety management system, review the health and safety management system. Okay, no? Now tell me, understood this? So these are the responsibility, you can say, or role of top management. Okay, so I'm going to say yes. So this actually, this role of top management is made. I have written the role of top management according to the Plan Do Check Act. You will see. The policy is made, planning is made. Implementation for the resource will be required to implement the plan. Risk assessment will be carried out, legal register will be made, then the audit check stage, audit will be carried out, then the top management will take action for the continual improvement. So that role, this role is made, this all point is made according to the PDCA. Okay. Now let's move to the another role. Okay. Shall we move to the another role? Role of supervisor. Supervisor is to enforce the implementation of SOP or health and safety plan. What is the health and safety plan? This one is the health and safety plan, no? To achieve the objective and target. Right? To achieve the objective and target. So the health and safety plan should be ensured by the enforced role to enforce the workers to follow the standard operating procedure or health and safety plan. So that will be implemented. Then supervisor has a role to make the worker aware about the hazard. So supervisor has a role to aware the workers about the hazard where the workers are working. Okay, if the workers are working on a height, if the workers are working on a excavation, if the workers are doing painting, if the workers are doing any activity, in that activity there must be a hazard. So those hazards has to be informed to the workers by the supervisor. The supervisor has a charge onto the staff, means onto the workers, authority onto the workers, so that he can instruct the workers. He has given authority. Then make the worker aware about how to control the hazards and how to take precaution. So safety related information will be also given by their supervisor to the workers. And then supervisor also has a responsibility or role, you can say, to monitor the action of the worker to ensure their health and safety. So workers should be continuously monitored by the supervisor, so that supervisor will be ensuring the workers are safe. Workers are safe and healthy. So supervisor has a role to monitor the action of workers to ensure their health and safety. So workers should not commit any unsafe action. For that one, supervisor should be always watching on them. Then enforce the use of PPE. So workers will be enforced by the supervisor, meaning supervisor has a role enforce. Enforce meaning to make the workers use the PPE. Some work will not be wearing the PPE. So wear the PPE, other or supervisor may be motivate him by saying that this PPE is very important. If you will not wear, then you will get harmed. What will happen to your family? Correct, bro? You will get sick or injured. So supervisor will be enforcing the PPE, like a helmet, safety glass, safety shoes, and all that for the workers to wear. So these are the role of supervisor. Now tell me, in a very short brief, I think it is not a very difficult topic to understand for the supervisor role. Have you all understood the role of supervisor? Tell me, the role of supervisor. Okay, Harvey and Ashwin. Now let's move to this contract management. Okay, contractor management. So there is a one topic that how to manage the contractor. Okay, now who is going to tell me who is contractor and who is client? Who do you pay contractor and to whom you pay client? Who will tell you? Anyone? Please tell me. Anyone? No? You see, client is the job giver, job giver. And contractor is a job receiver. Okay? In a very simple way to understand. Okay? Like suppose if I have a one, like suppose I have a one building, I have a house, and I want to get my house in exterior painting, get my house painted, exterior painting, I want to get it done. So I am looking for a contractor, I am looking for some company who can do the exterior painting of my building. So now tell me, who is the client and who is the contractor? Meaning the person who is the person who is giving the job, the job is a client, right? I am the client, and the contractor who will receive this job, I will give the job to the contractor to do the exterior painting of my building, is a contractor. Correct? Correct? Okay. Now, so there is a certain thing which has to be ensured by the client, like me, like I want to get my house painted exteriorly, exterior painting, I want to get my house done. So there are certain things which I have to do. So the contract management or contractor management has to be done in a three phase. So client must do a planning, first do the planning, right? I want to get my house painted. So first I have to make a plan, to define the scope of work. When you are saying scope of work, what is the scope of work? What is the scope of work? Who will tell me? A scope of work. In the planning, I have to write a scope of work. So what is the scope of work? So the scope of work will be house, exterior painting, correct? So house exterior painting is a scope of work, isn't it? Now in the planning also I have to define the tenure of the contract. For how long I want to give this contract, correct? So tenure of the contract, meaning duration of the contract, how much? Maybe this is a one building only.